This video will talk you through the settings part of the iParcelBox app. First of all, you need to go into the settings by on the main screen of the app, clicking the cog up in the top right hand corner, and that'll take you into the settings screen. The first section is just general box information. That's most useful if you've got any problems and need to contact support. You've got the serial number and the address that you provided when you set up the box. It will tell you when the box lid was last opened. At the moment that just says unavailable on mine, but as soon as you start using your box, it will give you the time and date that the box lid was opened, and tells you what Wi-Fi network the box itself is currently connected to. The next section is around webcam settings, and there's a separate video in the help pages of the website that will talk you through how you can add your webcam into the iParcelBox app so that you can view your webcam within the app. The next section then is around the timeouts. So these are the number of seconds that the box will wait before doing specific activities. So if somebody comes along, a parcel courier or post person, and presses the button to request a delivery, the first box is how long the box will wait after they press the button for you to go into the app and allow the delivery before it basically just resets itself back to locked status. So in this case, we've got that as 120 seconds, 2 minutes. So you've got a couple of minutes after you get the notification to go in and choose to unlock the box if you want to. Our guess is that after that the courier will probably have given up and walked away anyway. But you can change any of these if you want simply by clicking on the existing number. You can press the little X to clear it if you want, and then put in a different figure, and then just hit on either next and it will take you into the next box, or just press anywhere on the main screen and it will take you back out again. So the next one is allowing a delivery. So if somebody comes along and makes a request, presses the button, and you decide to make a delivery and click the allow delivery button in the main screen of the app, it will unlock the box, and then this allowing a delivery determines how long after you've allowed the delivery and unlocked the box it will wait for the courier to lift the lid and place a parcel before it again just resets back to a locked status. And then the third one is if you click the button in the app to unlock the box for emptying, this is how long, the third one, you've got to go and lift the lid and remove the contents from your box before it again will reset back to the locked status. So that's the timeouts. The next section is around firmware. So the box can automatically check a server and download the latest box firmware. So you'll always get the latest updates if there's any improvements or bug fixes. So this section tells you what the current firmware version is that your box is running on. It will give you details of when the last firmware check was, and that will happen periodically each day. And then there's a checkbox button where you can decide whether you want your box to automatically update its own firmware. By default that will be on, but if for any reason you don't want it to run firmware updates, then you can simply click that. It'll turn it off, and your box will remain on the current firmware version. To make sure you get the most up-to-date functionality, I'd always recommend that you leave that on. The final section then is around box configuration. The first one again is a switch, and that determines whether the box is enabled or disabled. If for any reason you want to stop the box reacting to any behaviors, you can disable it, and that effectively turns it off. It will stay in the locked state, but it will not respond to delivery requests by pushing the button, and you won't be able to lock or unlock the box from the app. The next section is then setting what debugging level. So the app and the box are constantly looking for potential problems, and when it finds those, it will upload certain box information to a server where the developers can access and review that. By default at the moment that's set to a debug status. If for any reason you don't want information about your particular box to be shared with the developers, then if you click on where it's the current box level, a scroller will pop up, and you can select different levels of debug information. I'd recommend you leave it on debug unless you particularly want to turn the logging off or you want to see a lesser value. And if you want to see the sort of information that's kept in the debug log, once you've selected the one that you want, simply click anywhere on the screen with your finger or your thumb, and it'll take you back out again. The next item is the debug log. So if you click onto that, you will see what information has been sent up to the server. And you can scroll through that and see exactly what activities have been going on your box, and with a date and a timestamp. The next page shows you debug information about the app itself. So if you click on the View App Debug Log, that will then take you to a page which provides quite a lot of information that you might need to share with the supports team. If they ask you to do that, then you can simply click on the Copy to Clipboard button at the bottom, and then go back again, and then go into your normal email app and paste the contents of the clipboard into the body of an email and send that on to the supports team. Two more options then. If you want to change the Wi-Fi network that your iParcelBox is connected to, then if you click on the Update Wi-Fi Network, that will take you basically back to the normal setup routine, and you can reconnect your iParcelBox to a different Wi-Fi network. And then finally, if you're having any issues with your box, you can click on the Reset Box button, and there are a number of options in there. You can reset the box back to an empty status, even if it's got parcels in it. If you just want to reset it, you can force the box software to reboot and restart itself up. If you no longer want to be connected to that particular iParcelBox, then you can click on Disconnect, and that will effectively clear your particular app. And you will no longer be connected to iParcelBox, and you can then go back in and reconnect to either the same box again if you choose to, or to a different iParcelBox. And then finally, reset to factory settings. That will clear all of the settings in your iParcelBox. It will disconnect it from the Wi-Fi network, totally clear out any previous information about number of parcels, and effectively reset it so that you will then have to manually put the box back into setup mode and reset it all up again if there's any reason you want to do that. So those are the different settings that you can change in the iParcelBox app.